Bottoms. Such a child. Hey guys, I bought the Bose Pro8 line array system 6 months ago. I've been gigging it ever since. Here's an honest review about how I've been getting on. To really get across how I feel about this PA system, I'm going to break this video down into a few sections. So we're going to have ease of use, the sound, portability, the Bluetooth connectivity, and the app. And then also we're going to throw into that the price, and then we'll have my conclusions at the end. Hopefully that should give you a well-rounded idea of my thoughts. So the first thing I want to talk about is ease of use. So I am not a technically minded guy at all. I'm the kind of guy that plugs his guitar in and gives the guitar cable to someone else to try and make it sound pretty. So imagine how happy I was that as soon as I took this out of the box, just plugging my guitar straight into it, it sounded 90% probably of the way I wanted it to sound. With a few little tweaks with the onboard buttons, it was there. It's that easy to use. The buttons on the back to get your trebles and your bass and your reverb sorted is an extremely intuitive system. I was very, very quick to pick it up, didn't need the manual for that at all. So it's a really easy piece of kit to get your hands on and to get sounding the way you want very, very quickly. Which takes me on to sound. It's brilliant. What you heard there was my pride and joy Maton EBG 808 Tommy Emmanuel signature from 2006. It's got the Maton AP mic system in it, so it's got a microphone underneath it, and then the piezo in the bridge, which you can blend to taste, and then sending the signal into the Bose line out straight into my MacBook. No post EQ, nothing fancy, literally guitar, PA system, and then into my Mac. Simple as that. I'm genuinely really happy to have that as my live guitar sound. I've been looking for it for so long, and I really feel genuinely happy. I've done previous review videos of other gear, and it seems that every time I review something, I keep on saying, oh, it sounds good, it's the sound I've had in my head. And that has been true up until we've got to this point, and this is just, I feel like I've really jumped into another level. All the gigs I've done, I've been so happy with how this guitar sounds. There's never been a part during sound check where I thought, oh, that sounds a bit woody or a bit thin, or, there's nothing like that. It genuinely sounds how this acoustic sounds acoustically. That's how it's being pushed out through the Bose. It's just a fantastic piece of kit. I don't understand how Bose have done it. A few gripes, a few concerns, a few cons. Take your pick from those. No input gain on here. So if you've got a high output instrument and you're putting it through here, there's no way of tweaking the gain of that instrument to be able to get that sound even better. I'm not quite sure why that's happened there. The other one, which is a bit more important for me, is there's no master volume on the whole unit. That would have been really useful. So when you're performing, you have to sound check your guitar and your vocals individually to get the right volume for each. It would be so nice to have it, as a standard mixing desk where you have your two channels and you have the level of those channels, then an overriding master. That would be excellent. I'm not sure why Bose haven't done that. That would be a really beneficial thing for most people. I think it's what most people expect. So I was very surprised So that wasn't part of it. But regardless, the sound is still fantastic. It's just another thing that I need to be thinking about whilst I'm sound checking, and being conscious that my guitar isn't louder than my vocal and vice versa. So yeah, just one little niggle there really. Another thing I wanted to talk about, another gripe, another con, is there's no mid control, which I found again really surprising because I've run a few open mic nights in my day, and depending on the quality of the guitar, the mids are something that you really want to be in control of with acoustic guitars. They can sound extremely quacky, you know, that quacking sound that acoustic guitarists are all familiar with. Mid control is really important to getting that out. So I was really surprised that, okay, you've got your treble and your bass on there and some reverb, but I don't understand why still there's no mid control. And as far as I understand it, there's no mid control there's certainly not in the app that I've had access to, and there's not on any of the extended mixing desks that you can get. So I don't really know what's going on there. Why wouldn't you have a setting for the mids? Why have we forgotten about the mids all of a sudden? They're a really important part of any sound, regardless of the instrument. So yeah, just confusion more than anything. So we've got the input gain, the master volume, and the mids. So I understand it's a portable unit, I kind of get that, but it's really taking a lot of control away from the end user. Does that play into the plug and play kind of vibe? Are they going for that real ease of use, like so easy that don't worry because the people using this won't care about mids? I don't know the thought process on it, but it just seems a bit strange that that's not something that you can manipulate and control. I want to have full control over my sound. I'm lucky that I've got a high-end guitar that sounds great and has got a great pickup system, but if you were using a lower-end one, you know, you probably then need to rely on a pedal, an EQ pedal, to maybe take those mids out. That's probably the only solution I can think of. So I wanted to talk about the app. I really enjoy having that. It's a fantastic tool for sound checking and just for live performances in general. So my routine now is when I'm getting set up and sound check for a gig, I'll use my TC Electronic Ditto looper, do a bit of strumming, set up a loop, go out front, and then I can hear what the audience are going to hear for the guitar tone, which is amazing. So I can tweak on the fly without having to run back and forth, and it needs a bit more top end, run back and tweak it. It needs less bottom, bottoms. It's such a child. So instead of all that, I can just go there with my app. I look a bit weird, but I can tweak volume and everything I need to make that guitar sound the way I want it. So it's a really useful thing to have. But that does bring me neatly onto Bluetooth. So yes, it has Bluetooth on there, very useful as I've just said. One con about this, it's not the best Bluetooth in the world. I've got to be honest, if I'm at a gig and it works first time, it feels like I've won the lottery. It takes me probably, 2-3 goes to get it actually working and linked. I don't know why that is. I've been racking my brains. I've been using the support forums on Bose website. The Bose advice is the standard turn your device off, turn it back on again, and it should be fine. That doesn't work. So, yeah, a little bit confused. The other thing I thought is that I'm currently, my phone is quite an old one. It's a Huawei P20 Pro. So whether the Bluetooth technology is slightly outdated because this is a brand new piece of kit, my research hasn't shown that, but it could be a factor. I don't know. But yeah, the Bluetooth connectivity's not been amazing. Certainly not as good as other Bluetooth speakers that I've used with the phone that's had no impact whatsoever. So yeah, not sure what's going on there, but wasn't as good as I was hoping for. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the price. I paid £1,099 for this 6 months ago. I believe that's still the recommended retail price in the UK. And I looked at it as an investment. I want to sound the best I can when I gig. I want to look professional when I gig. I want to have reliable equipment when I gig. And this ticked all of those boxes. I just think it's interesting. I really want to just explore this a little bit because, you know, you get a lot of bang for your buck for that money. You know, it's a really powerful PA, a great sounding PA. But I do think Bose have maybe cut some corners and in little things. So like the master volume and the input gain and the mid control, you know, I would kind of expect that. If I was putting a PA system together by buying some speakers, like maybe some Mackies or something, and a little desk and what have you, it would cost me probably the same amount of money. And with that, I would have, all of it would be manipulative. I'd be able to have much more control over that. And I really think they're aiming this at your plug and play market, as I've said before. It suits me down to the ground because I'm not a technical guy. It does work brilliantly for me to plug in and get a great sound. But someone that's more tech savvy might have better luck with something that has more control on it. I know that there are other units that look quite similar to this, which are cheaper, where you can manipulate all of it. So I was a bit confused by that, Bose. I don't really know what's going on there. You add on to that the fact that in my unboxing video I spoke about this, that we've got, this is the soft case from Bose, which came with it. And it's a good quality case, it's a lovely logo, good handles. As I say, 15, 20 gigs in, it hasn't taken any knocks. It's a really nice thing to have, really nice carry case. But the sub-unit didn't come with anything. And in my unboxing video I talk, you know, that was quite, it's obvious and evident in that video. I was really quite shocked that, why not? I'm paying £1,000, over £1,000 for this unit. Why is there just not a simple sleeve or something just to protect it from getting knocked in the back of my car? I don't know. I have no idea, no answer. I doubt Bose could give me an answer. It's probably just saving them money. I don't know. But I wanted to share with you this. So I ended up using a company called Hot Covers, who I've used before for covers for my Blackstar Sonnet 20, which I've got a review video. Check that one out on that amplifier. But this is the case that I got from Hot Covers. That cost me £50, £50, custom made to the shape of that Bose subunit. It's really thick, it's got great padding on it, it's really well stitched, it's quite minimalist in its colouring and everything. It's got one little Hot Covers logo on the side there. If Bose stuck their label on that, they'd charge 120 quid for it, I'm sure. But this is the quality that they should be chucking out with their gear, because you might be able to see some white marks on there. These are the marks that would otherwise have been on my unit. So, and that's just from being in the back of my car. I take a lot of care of my equipment, and you know, it does get knocked and bashed because you're gigging and you're a working musician, and you know, naturally these things are going to happen. So Bose, seriously, just sort that bit out. Really, protect the gear. Like, I'm really not a fan. But anyway, if you have got one of these or you're thinking of buying one, go and check out Hot Covers UK. They've got an eBay store and they do custom covers for pretty much any speaker you can think of. I can't recommend them highly enough. Really good delivery, great prices. I'm not being endorsed by them, by the way. I've had 2 cases from them and they're both outstanding and they'll last me a lifetime. So just wanted to throw that in there. In conclusion, this is a brilliant PA system. It genuinely is. I'm so happy to have this as part of my rig and to know that I can really play any venue and be happy with the sound. That's what a PA system is all about, right? Filling the sound, getting it to sound the way you want it to. Perfect. Yeah, I've got some negatives. So I've got, you know, that master volume, the mids, the lacking mid control, the no input gain, and the no case. Does that change my mind about it? No, it doesn't change my mind about it at all, because they don't affect me. As I said at the start of the video, I'm not a tech guy. If you want more control over your things, if you want to have that mid control, if you want to have a master volume, then look at some other equipment. There is a really competitive market at the moment for portable PA systems. Go to your local guitar shop, try them out. Which one suits you? This one suits me perfectly. So I would just say go and try before you buy, certainly with a PA system. Just see what you feel like. This one for me, I couldn't be happier with how we are. Yes, the Bluetooth cuts out occasionally and it's a bit of a pain, but to be honest with you, that's a really minor thing in the grand scheme of how good it sounds. So anyway, that's my roundup of the Bose Pro8 line array system. Crikey, I almost forgot what it was called then. I really hope you found that video useful and informative, and maybe it gave you a bit of an insight as to how the PA system works in the real world. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to help support me, then please do hit that subscribe button. Let me know what sort of things you want to see in the future, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Cheers.